When I first saw these numbers, I have to admit I was very surprised. We all know by now that Tesla sold more electric cars in January than BYD. BYD sold more electric cars in December than Tesla. That race is going to go backwards and forwards. However, not many people know the fact that BYD overtook the Volkswagen Group, the entire group, in China last year to become the largest automaker in the country. That's a pretty big deal because Toyota makes 50% of its profits worldwide. Well, it used to in China. It did for years. I don't believe it did last year, but it normally does. So BYD overtaking the Volkswagen Group is huge. It's massive. This is not just the Volkswagen brand. There's a whole numerous number of Volkswagen Group owned brands, Porsche, Audi, Skoda, the Volkswagen brand itself. In shocking turn of events, BYD sales declined significantly in January and the Geely Automotive Group overtook both Volkswagen and BYD. This is what just happened. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking, and I didn't see this coming. I certainly did not predict this. Very, very surprising to see these numbers. I mean, these numbers, give this some context here, guys. This is a 110% growth for Geely. 110%. Geely Automobile Holdings sales spiked 110% to a monthly record of 213,500 in January, making it the biggest automaker in China so far this year, which is amazing. I mean, Geely was nowhere near this level last year. BYD dethroned Volkswagen to become China's best-selling automotive brand in 2023, but in January, it delivered only 201,500 vehicles. Those were fully electric and plug-in hybrids. About 51% were fully electric. The rest of them are plug-in hybrids. However, that's a pretty big decline. Over 300,000 vehicles that BYD delivered in December of last year. And now experts have been saying that BYD sales were going to drop off. They thought they were, the demand was declining. And the reason they've been saying that in China is because BYD have discounted every single car they sell on a number of occasions, every single model. And they have so many models, I don't think you'd be able to remember them unless you really, went into some sort of special memory game and you really tried hard. There's just so many models, guys, across the entire range, and then constantly bring out new models, constantly bring out new versions of new models, new special editions of new models, and they've discounted all of them. And this is a bit of a surprise, though. I don't think anyone thought this would happen. The latest sales from Geely and BYD include China sales and exports. So, of course, Geely exports quite a lot more cars currently than BYD. They own the Volvo group. Geely sells gasoline-powered vehicles, EVs, and plug-in hybrids. BYD sells EVs and plug-in hybrids. Geely's sales surge came from demand for the company's electrified vehicles, they said. So Geely is saying this is not because of internal combustion. They're saying this is from demand for their EVs. One of their EV brands called Zeekr, which now is selling EVs in Europe and is about to sell them in other countries outside of Europe, actually delivered 12,500 vehicles in January, quadrupling volume from a year earlier. So Zeekr's sales rose 400% in January this year versus January last year. That's just incredible. The mass market Galaxy brand was launched by Geely in February 2023 to sell a new generation of EVs and plug-in hybrids. It seems like Geely has just so many brands now, it's hard to keep track of them. With three models, the L6 plug-in sedan, the L7 plug-in crossover, and the E8 electric sedan, Galaxy sold 19,223 vehicles as well. Now, I don't think many people have even heard of Galaxy. Geely markets affordable EVs under the Geometry brand as well, plus they have the Link & Co brand. The company's overall EV sales in January increased 306% from 1 year earlier to 36,317. Plug-in hybrid sales increased by a staggering 588% to 29,509. So you can see here a combination of plug-in hybrids and EVs, primarily plug-in hybrids to be fair, are what have skyrocketed Geely into this massive, powerful conglomerate, which to be fair, they weren't really last year. Their sales are good, but nothing like this. Overall, Geely's 2023 sales increased by 18% to 1.7 million. So the entire group sold less vehicles than Tesla did worldwide. BYD sold of 3.02 million. But all of a sudden, the tables are turning. It's going to be interesting to see what happens this year. I think BYD will probably have a sales rebound, but I don't think that'll happen until about the middle of the year. The shocking part about these numbers is in January and February, consumers don't buy many cars in China. Sales go down drastically. This has happened now for many years, but all of a sudden for Geely, their sales grew by more than 200% in January. What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know. How can this have happened? I mean, I don't think anyone would have predicted this to have happened. What's the deal with Geely? Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.